been a snowy morning. I'm not long awake. I don't know if I've got eye crusties like I did yesterday. But yes, it's a Sunday. Today I'm gonna try and do a bit of pampering. So I'm gonna have a Yoni steam. Probably have a little foot mask. Do my hair. And try and get a bit of a relaxation. And I'm having a bit of a down day today. I've had a few down days in the last few weeks, and I'm not really feeling good about it. So I'm gonna try and give myself a bit of pampering and ignore all of the clouds outside and the miserable weather. Yeah, I guess we all suffer from down days, especially women, especially when we have hormones. I'm not even hormonal at the moment, which is worrying me a bit, but we have to push through, don't we? There's no other way, we survive. So yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs, have some tea, make some breakfast, and then we're gonna start this day. We are going to start this day. Hey everybody, I'm back. So it's the end of the day. My day has brightened up. I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm about to start my pamper routine. So I have a pot of water boiling on the stove. I'm about to run a bath. Oh, the joys of a beautiful bath. And I'm going to sort out my herbs for steaming and sort out a little foot mask for when I get to bed. I thought I'd show you the joys of a Yoni steam. The how-to, if you will. It's not really complicated at all. It's actually quite simple, and a lot of people think it's really scary or really weird, but once you see it, you'll see it's not really anything to be afraid of. Let me explain what a Yoni steam is first, actually. It is literally the steaming of your vagina with herbs. Yoni is just another word for vagina. And it steams, and the steam goes all up into your womanly areas and womanly regions and womb areas, and it clears out anything that's like any residue that's been left over from periods, and relaxes the muscles so that when you do have a period, it alleviates some of the pain and some of the cramping. So over the last 3 months I've steamed. The first 2 months I steamed. The first month my period was actually much more painful than it had been before. I have quite painful periods anyway, but it was much more painful than it had been before. I think that was just like the release of all of the stuff that's been in there that hasn't been steamed out ever before. And then the next one I steamed once before my period, and there wasn't much of a difference. It's still kind of painful, but that's because I wasn't really following instructions. So the instructions are that for period pains in particular, you should steam twice or 3 times the week before your period. You should never steam on your period because it encourages more blood flow and you'll lose more blood, and that's not what you want. Also, you're not supposed to steam if you have a coil, I think it's an IUD, because it could have adverse effects on that, and you don't want your body to reject it. So apart from that, yeah, it's supposed to help your periods if you steam 2 to 3 times the week before your period. But it works differently for everyone. So for me, when I did do that, the last period, I steamed twice before it, the week before it, and my pain went from a 10, because I have really, really painful periods, or from where it would have been, which is like really bad, so a 9 or 10, down to like a 4. So there was still pain, but it wasn't even close to the amount that I have usually. Like, I didn't need a hot water bottle. I wasn't like rolled up in a ball. I was at work. I was alright. It was a little bit of discomfort, but not even close to the pain that I usually have. I didn't have to take any painkillers or anything, so I'm going to stick to that. However, my older sister started it, and she does it weekly. Once a week she steams, and her period pains left completely. So I'd say if you haven't tried it, try it. See how it goes. Like, it works differently for different people, but my body seems to like a few steams the week before, so I'm going to do a few steams now. I've just got some new herbs, so I'll show you what I have. I'll show you how I do it, and hopefully it helps somebody out there. Well, let's do it. So welcome to my steaming herbs. I just got a new batch. My sister gave me some, so I haven't got everything that I have used before, but I'll tell you what I have used and what's in here. This is rosebuds. This is marigold. I think it's also known as calendula, and this is supposed to be like one of the best herbs to solve period pains, period cramps. It's supposed to relax the muscles, so that's always good. I've got lavender, like dry lavender in here, which just smells amazing fresh anyway, and is like calming and soothing. You know what lavender does anyway. And then I think there's some mugwort in here, which is like a chocolatey smelling herb. I'll tell you all of the things that each herb is supposed to do. I'll look it up and I'll let you know. I might write it down in the description rather than explain it to you, because I always talk too much. Now I've got sage. This is fresh sage that I just picked this morning. That's also like a cleansing herb. You know, we burn it to get rid of bad energy in the home, and that's also cleansing for your womb. I also have some rosemary in here, dry rosemary in here. There's some hibiscus, which just makes everything smell amazing anyway. And then, yeah, I'm not sure what else my sister put in here, but I also added some basil earlier on. And I'll just let you know what every herb does to help. And I'll put some links to some Yoni steam websites that you can look more into it if you're interested. But I'm going to take some of these, probably about a cup's worth, maybe a little less, because I haven't got that much water on the stove. I usually just go by feel and smell how much I need. And then I'm going to simmer them for a while I'm in the bath. I'll simmer them really low. The water's already boiled, so I'll just simmer them really low because I don't want them to burn, but I want the oils to come out. So we keep a lid on so none of the oils escape. And then I'll simmer them so the water stays hot but doesn't over boil the herbs. And then transfer them to a bowl and start the steam, and I'll show you when I do that. Smells so good. I'm going to pour this into here. All the clothes in. Let this sit for a little while the steam is still really hot. How you know if it's okay for your yoni is if you put your wrist over it and it doesn't feel like it's burning, it's not too hot, that's usually okay for your yoni. I tend to sit quite close to the bowl, so I leave it to cool down a little bit more, but if I'm sitting on a stool or something, it's probably alright, because it's just been on a simmer, it hasn't been on a boil. So just a few minutes and then I'll sit over it. Pretend this is the same day. Oh yeah, yoni steaming, yeah, stuff like that. I just wanted to let you know that when you do steam, you want to wear some warm clothes on your top half, and make sure that you're wearing socks and keep your feet really warm, because you don't want to get a cold. You don't want to like mess anything up in the womby area, and you don't the uterine area, and you just don't want to catch a cold anyway. So socks, clothes, warm blanket. So I've got like really warm PJs on, and then you wrap your bottom half of the blanket. So like this, I've wrapped my bottom half of the blanket and have nothing on underneath, and then socks on the floor. And when you steam, so here's the bowl, you put your blanket over the bowl and then make sure it's touching the ground and the steam doesn't escape. And then you sit on a stool, or you can squat over it or kneel over it, and then just let the steam fulfill you for 20 minutes, and then you can release and discard the water, and everything will smell amazing and you'll feel good. It's like a proper spa-like treatment. Now before my water goes cold, I'm gonna go do my steam. Oh, after you finish you'll feel tired, your legs are a bit weak. Be careful your blanket doesn't get in the water as well, because it gets really hot. Yeah, straight after you want to go to bed. So you want to have a bath first, or a shower first, then steam just before bed so you can put your legs up and relax, because it makes you quite tired. Enjoy! If you have any questions, I'll answer them down below.
Let's go to that place where our love has no mistakes. Feels like we're